Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 21 of Prison Architect. I'll be upfront and honest with you, this is actually the second time I will be recording this episode. I actually recorded episode 21 already. Got 4 minutes into episode 22 and the game basically caused my entire computer to crash and reset. While I was able to recover the video for episode 21, I wasn't able to recover the audio, and also the game hadn't saved either. So I figured the best thing that I could do is just restart, roll back to the beginning of episode 21. So most of the things that I will be doing in this video, I've already done before previously. And one of the first things that I am going to do is change the parole room. Now, one thing that we were trying to work out, because I was asking a few people in the comments, is can you actually have multiple tables in one parole room? Will they work? And I was still trying to find out, but it actually turns out that you cannot. And the reason for that is, if we go into reports here and actually look on programs and go into edit schedule, you can see that we can assign multiple parole hearings but not at the same time because we only have a single parole room. So if you actually have multiple parole rooms, you can have multiple parole hearings all at the same time. So we're going to make some slight alterations to this room, and we're also going to start by moving this door as well. So we want to dismantle this door, and we also want to put a new jail door in here. I'm going to try and remember what I was doing. Now, a couple of other things that I want to do. Something very strange happened, and we actually had a teacher murdered in the classroom. So this might be cheating a little bit because obviously I'm aware that that happened, but I'm going to go ahead and put a guard in the classroom anyway. Now, one other thing is I did discover how to find tunnels. So in order to find tunnels, you actually have to go and search the toilets. You can't just do a cell search. You actually have to do a directly click on the toilet and click the search button. Now, as this is something that I've already done on a previous attempt, shall we say, before the game crashed, I know that we are going to find some tunnels. Can't remember which toilets they were connected to. So it doesn't. You won't find these if you do a shakedown. You won't find these if you do a cell search. You actually have to do a direct toilet search. Now, it is possible that sometimes guards will accidentally stumble upon them. Now, tunnels always start from toilets, so we're going to be searching all of these. So there's quite a few little jobs and things that I want to get done. Now, most of them I did get done in episode 21. Some of them I had started in episode 22. I'm trying to remember what I was doing. So we want to go ahead and search all of those. So let's go ahead and work on that. Also, what I want to do with these tables is dismantle them, because I decided that I wanted to put in a... what's the word? I decided I wanted to put in a... metal detector. And it was a little bit too close to the tables. So we'll go and remove the planning from that. There's quite a few things that we do need to do. As you can see, we have discovered a partial tunnel out here. But the guards will find stuff. As we could probably search a few more of them. Like I said, I can't really remember which toilets it was I found some tunnels from. But there were a few. I'll be honest with you. There was about 3 different tunnels I found just doing this when I tried it last time. Now, one big problem that we are having is money. We don't have an awful lot of it. There you go. We have discovered a tunnel, and this is going to go all the way outside. You'll see just how big of a tunnel this is. And it nearly gets out. So we want to remove this tunnel, and we're going to prioritize it. We also want to remove this tunnel. We're going to prioritize that as well. And we want to remove that tunnel. And then this tunnel goes nearly all the way to the wall. So they nearly got out with that. So we need to get that tunnel removed, because these cells won't actually count as cells until those tunnels are removed. But that'll be nice when they are gone. Oddly, coming from the cells this time, it's normally the dorms where we get the attempted escapees. So I'm actually quite impressed that we managed that. As soon as those tables get dismantled, we will put them back in the better position. And the parole room is being worked on. Now, what we want to do here, this door can actually be locked open. We need to put in a little bit of brick wall here. This is going to be a brick wall. And these need to be the right size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be a wall all the way across there. And then we need to actually make the room bigger, but we can't do that yet because we are still waiting on a... We do have a spare jail door that we can put in here. So we just need some money to come in. Now, it won't take too long. We'll get some more prisoners in during the day. Also, we need to build a second canteen because we're really struggling to feed all of the prisoners that we have. We're buying trees and stuff as well. I'm just going to go into selling some objects. I'm a little bit... dubious at doing this because I'm sure I was in the middle of selling trees when the game crashed on the last attempt. I really don't want that to happen. So as soon as I've finished recording this video, assuming that we get through it, I will save everything, and hopefully if we crash again, I'll only lose the most recent video and not all of them, because that was actually quite annoying. So we're doing that. We've got a little bit of money coming in. This doesn't count as a workshop anymore because, of course, we have now removed the tables. But we're going to put those tables back in and move them one space further over so that we can put a metal detector in. Let's go ahead and open that door for the janitors so they can get through. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff to be mopped up here. Looks like a lot of people got actually prisoners in there. Not too sure why the door is open. It's normal mode that cell doors should not be open. Locked shut. There we go. Normal. Yeah, not too sure why that door was open. Okay, so we've got a little bit of money coming in here now. It's probably still not enough to make this as large as it needs to be. We do have one parole room at the moment, though, which is good. So... what we're going to do here is we're going to go into rooms. We are going to unassign all of that as a parole room. So it's just this room that is the parole room now. So that is fine. So that is our parole room. You should be able to get in there. There's no reason why you are not. But we do want to make sure we have a guard assigned to there at all times. This room has no access. That is fine. We will want to go ahead and put another... we need to basically make the building quicker. Can you guys not get through there? Apparently you guys are having some issues with the doors. Not too sure why. Like something's not working quite as well as it should be. We've got a teacher here sort of bumping into somebody else. A lot of weird stuff going on in this game. I wonder if it was crashing. So the whole parole thing seemed a little bit weird. I'm not too sure why you couldn't get in that door. That door is on normal mode, so you should be able to get in. We do have some money coming in now, so what we want to do is with a brick foundation, this needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be the wall. So we're going to go ahead and build that over there. So we'll have a second parole room. $3,000 for an early prisoner release reward, which is nice. Seem to be finding a lot of narcotics over here. Now, another thing that I wanted to do, because what I really want to do is get the... oh, we've got another Polaroid here. Have seen that one before. What I really want to do is get the canteen, the second canteen and kitchen built over here. That's going to be quite expensive, but once we can start paroling people, that will actually happen quite quickly. So another thing that we're going to do is build ourselves another electricity substation over here. And this is something that I actually started doing in episode 21, but we'll 22, but we'll start doing it here. So we're going to build these walls out like so. That should be the right size. We are going to unassign this corner from being a yard. And what we want to do is go into utilities, and we want a substation. So it wants to go there because we need to have... oh, we don't have enough money anymore. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, we'll have to wait a little bit for that. So it is all going to take some time, but we will get there. Hopefully we'll sell some more trees and stuff. We will get more money coming in. We have a little bit that's just come in there. Getting the parole room finished, though, is the most important thing. So what we want to have is we want objects. We want another jail door here. And we're going to build some more walls because we don't even have one there. And of course we are going to need another visitor table. We do have some spare, so we'll put one in there. And then this will be another parole room. Then we'll have 2 parole rooms. And 2 parole rooms will be very good, because that means we'll be able to parole 2 people, or do 2 parole hearings at the same time. So we do need to wait until this room has finished being constructed, which won't take too long at all, actually. And it's actually done. So we need to go into rooms. This is going to be another parole room, and we want to station a guard in there as well. So now we've got 2 parole rooms. If we go and have a look at the reports and edit schedule on the programs, you'll now see we actually have 2 paroles. Parole hearing takes up 4 hours, so we'll put one there. We'll put one there. We will put one there, and finally we'll put one there. So we're now using both rooms, doing 4 parole hearings in each room per day. So we're going to get 8 parole hearings done. Now we're going to actual potential. That needs repairing, and then we'll search it. There's a potential tunnel here. Now this did pop up on my previous play, and I couldn't really find out where it was coming from. It might be from one of these toilets. Now, prisoners do tend to use the path of least resistance. They will try to tunnel under the fewest amount of walls and fences, because the more walls and fences they have to tunnel beneath, the longer it takes them, the slower it is. Wasn't actually able to find anything. I really don't know where that one is coming from. So let's try and finish this substation if we can. So we want to go into our utilities. We want to get a power station. So I leave it 2 spaces away from the wall because I want enough space to be able to put a... oh, we found another tunnel here potentially. I want enough space to be able to... Oh, where's this one? Enough space to be able to get extra capacitors around it. Okay, so if that is a tunnel, where's that coming from? Could potentially be over here. We know you guys like to try and tunnel out. They do generally try and go in a straight line, so it is worth looking for that. And go back into brick walls. 1, 2... So we need to go from there, really. We will leave a door. That needs to go across. There we go. And that can be a staff door. We can find one. Staff door there. And we want rooms. All of this needs to stop being a yard. And we'll apply that and make it all staff only when it is done. So the next thing we need to do is start working on our canteen. I do need to get a metal detector in there, but I don't think that is of high importance at the moment. I think what we need to do more than anything is get the canteen done. A little bit concerned about finding those reform program session and $800 worth of trees. It does cost quite a bit of money getting stuff done. So yeah, you need to have guards stationed in the parole rooms because sometimes prisoners get a little bit upset if they don't get parole. But if they do get parole, that'll be really good because that means we will get a lot more money we can play with. So I did sort of... oh, we found some shears, but I'm sure that'll get sorted out. So one thing we do want to do over here is we want to go and assign it as being... it's logistics, isn't it? Not logistics. Deployment. It wants to be staff only, so we don't want prisoners going in there. And then we want to go and build our new kitchen. Now, the foundation cost me about $10,000 before, so I know roughly what I need to get in order to be able to do that. One thing that I am going to do, though, is, and this is something that I did do in the previous recording, is I got 5 more guards to take us up to a round and even 40. The reason I've done that is I've now got 2 guards stationed in the parole rooms, and I've got another guard stationed in the staff room. And as we're doing these searches on toilets quite regularly, it does take quite a bit of time. As you can see, we've got another early release prisoner reward there. So we will start getting some money coming in from these prisoners that are getting paroled. I also believe if they don't reoffend, you get even more money as well. So that is quite a good thing. We will need to run power from here up to the new kitchen and canteen, but we can't really do that until it is built. Still some more trees going down. I'm still very reluctant to start selling these manually because of the crash I had last time. It's the first time the game's ever crashed on me. There have been a few times where the game has sort of, shall we say, frozen up. The developer notebook page. But yeah, there has been a few times where the game has sort of frozen up and for a second or two, but then it's always sorted itself out. So that's the first time I've actually ever had a crash, and it completely crashed Windows and caused a reset. So not experienced that before. Let us go ahead and try and sell some of these. I really hope that everything's going to be okay, but I really do think that we need to try and get some money coming in as soon as possible. One thing I still haven't looked up, I keep forgetting to check, is if you sell stuff like this, do you still get the same amount of money for it that you would if you just let your workmen take it all out for export? I really don't know the answer to that one. I'm sure somebody does. Hopefully we'll find out at some point. That's given us a fair bit more money now. Still not a huge amount. And again, we've just spent another $900 on new trees. But yeah, we're really struggling to get all of the prisoners fed at the moment. I'm not too sure whether it's a lack of tables or whether it's a problem with the kitchens or what. So we definitely need to get ourselves another kitchen up and running as soon as possible. So that is definitely the plan. In the meantime, we'll just allow things to carry on. We haven't had any escapees for a while, which is a very good sign. There's some more money coming from exports. Some more money coming in via cash flow. So, of course, if we're not feeding all of the prisoners, they start to get upset. And if they get upset, they might cause some trouble. There we go. $6,000 for an early release prisoner reward. So, let's go ahead and build the kitchen. I'm not going to plan it out because I've already done this one before. So, it's basically level with this building, leaving a 2-block gap, going all the way up here, and leaving a 2-block gap from the top. And then we need to put a wall in the middle to divide it into the kitchen and the canteen. It's going to be considerably larger than the other one, but that is fine. We'll also go ahead here and get some paving stones and just put paving stones in. We'll go all the way along. It doesn't really need to, but we'll go ahead and do that anyway. Oh, I have this random line of paving. Is that where the old fence used to be? Looks like it's a line of paving stones, but it's hard to tell. But we'll run down there anyway. And this will be our laundry. We'll probably need a cleaning cupboard as well. So it might be a laundry cleaning cupboard. Cleaning cupboard will be relatively small. You don't need a lot of space for a cleaning cupboard. It is a cupboard after all. So we should be fine there. Let's go and speed things back up again. Actually got more money left than I expected we would have, which is quite nice. And the workmen are going to get onto that nice and quickly. So let's go ahead and make sure we have ourselves a large jail door at the front. And we're also going to want to get ourselves a brick wall. And I'm going to build that. Apparently we need to wait for them to finish first. I think we're going to have that across there. Hopefully they should manage that. They haven't quite finished the wall yet, but they will. They'll get there. There we go. That's now finished. So they'll go and put that wall in. There's no lights down here, of course, or no power going on. So we will need to run an electrical cable all the way up here, especially into where the kitchen's going to be, of course, because we're going to have ovens and refrigerators, and all of those things require electricity. This cell door can actually be locked open. Now, we will need to get metal detectors in there, and the fortunate problem with metal detectors is they're quite expensive. Materials, brick wall, obviously didn't count that one that I tried to put in before. So we're going to put the brick wall across there. We want to get ourselves a staff door in the middle. And yeah, as expensive as they are, we do need to get those metal detectors. It's vitally important to have them on a canteen, just simply because of all the cutlery and everything. So, but that should be okay. We shouldn't have any problems with that. We do still need to increase our capacity, but there's no point taking on more prisoners if we can't feed them all. So we definitely need to try and get all of this done as quickly as possible. So most of the canteen is now built. Of course, we're still trying to get the power in there. Paying prisoner rate, wages. I think as soon as power's in, we should be good. And start putting in everything else that we need. Of course, we'll want to assign guards in there as well. There's another $6,000 for another prisoner early release, which is always good to see. So for the time being, we'll probably just have this one kitchen just running off a single power station. Unless it can't handle it, and then we'll just put some more capacitors on there. Actually taking quite some time getting those utility lines in. We do have the 59 cables in stock. For some reason, they've just decided not to actually wire anything up. So let's tell them to go all the way into there. Hopefully now... I don't know, maybe it got cancelled. I think that happens sometimes if you build over something you've already told them to do and it cancels the build order. But that should be fine. We do want to get the workshop up and running as quickly as possible. I mean, the workshop is a valid workshop. Parole hearings, see lots of parole hearings done. Carpentry apprenticeship. So there's quite a few things here that we want to do. Yeah, prisoners must have completed workshop safety induction, which I think we are running. Yeah, workshop safety induction, 3 interested, 1 has finished and 0 have passed. The workshop is probably somewhere else where we will want to have a guard deployed pretty much at all times as well. Have we got power in here yet? Yes, we have. So we'll want to go and start setting up the kitchen. But I'm going to do that in another video. And I'm going to make sure I manually save everything here just so we don't have any more issues if the game decides to crash. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Prison Architect. I'll see you on the next video. And until then, goodbye for now.